Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. In today's video we're going to look at getting started with the Adeptus Mechanicus in Warhammer 40,000, building a force based around the Haloscreed, Battle Clade, Christmas Advent Calendar detachment. You can find the rules for this detachment including enhancements and stratagems free to download on warhammercommunity.com. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest of the Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. To begin with, we're going to look at a Skitarii Marshal. Now, first of all, this is a cheap character. This gives us some good bonuses to some of our units, but also it is just really a cheap character that's going to give us some ability to take some enhancements on him to boost the rest of our force. Well, he is armed with a Mechanicus pistol, which is a one-shot devastating wounds pistol, and has a few attacks in melee, but it is really the abilities and the ability to take an enhancement of why we're taking this model. Control Edict means while this model is leading a unit, you can reroll hit rolls for models in that unit with their attacks, and the Silver Skull uplink means once per battle at the start of any phase you can select one friendly Skitarii unit that's battle shocked within 6 inch and make them no longer battle shocked. Leader wise, this model can lead either Skitarii Rangers or Skitarii Vanguard units. Speaking of Skitarii units, we're going to look at Skitarii Rangers. They're armed with their galvanic rifles, which are a 30-inch range weapon. These are pretty solid with 2 shots each, force to hit, strength 4, no AP and damage 1. You're going to provide some nice long-range firepower. These guys are generally going to be objective grabbers for the force. They've got a cool ability called Objective Scouter, where at the end of your command phase, if they control an objective marker, it will remain under your control until your opponent takes it off you. Scout 6 inch is another nice ability they've got as well, and they've also got the ability to take Ignores cover on their myriad of different special weapons, which can range from the Arc Rifle, which is an anti-vehicle devastating wounds weapon, Plasma Calaveer, and the Transuranic Upperquest, which is a heavy precision weapon as well. Our next character for the force will be a Cybernetica Datasmith. There's a big reason we're looking at taking this. You can take some enhancements on the Cybernetica Datasmiths with the Haloscreed particular detachment, which is going to really make our Castellan robots that much better. This model is all about Castellan robots. Its battle protocols mean it can set the protocols and give some bonuses to the Castellan robot unit that it has to lead. You must, when picking this unit as a leader, attach this model to Castellan Robots unit, even if one or more Cybernetica Datasmiths have already been attached to that unit, so you always just have them in the units. But other than that, they are just a cheap character that's going to provide some really nice buffs to your Castellan robots. And speaking of Castellan robots, we're of course going to take some of them as well. These Toughness 9, 7 wound, 2+ save and 5+ invulnerable units make for some great objective holders for your force, unlike a lot of things in the Adeptus Mechanicus which can be a little bit paper when it comes to toughness. The Castellan robots are quite a durable unit. Robotic Bodyguard means they can actually give Field Pain 4+ to Cybernetica Datasmith, helping it stop being picked off by any precision weapons. And the Repulsor Grid as well actually throws back mortals when they make save rolls of 6 from attacks. Now, Castellan robots can be armed in a variety of different ways, from either a more combat variant to a more shooty variant if you want. They've got some cool weapons which unanimously all have Ignores cover, whether that is your Incendiary Combustors, aka your Flamers, or the Phosphor types of weapons they have access to. Your Castellan Fists in combat are really nice as well, strength 12, and you can even take a twin linked profile with Twin Castellan Fist as well. Now moving on, a lot of the things we can do with our Haloscreed detachment are actually give some buffs to units that want to get in combat, so we're definitely going to look at some of those units. And the first of these are the Kupaskari Electro Priests. They have Electrostatic Gauntlets, which are a Sustained Hits 2 weapon, and also Sustained Hits 2 at range with a pistol profile as well, so they can put out quite a few attacks over the turns. They are no AP and damage 1 and just strength 5, but they're going to put in lots of attacks, so this is going to be something you want to send into an enemy horde. Their Electroshock rule means in your shooting phase, after this unit's shot, you can select an enemy unit hit by one or more of their attacks that's not a monster or vehicle. Until the end of the turn, you can have that unit as shocked, and while the unit's shocked, you subtract 2 from its move characteristic, 2 from its advance, and 2 from its charge rolls as well. The other version of Electro Priests are the Fulgurite Electro Priests, and these models have no ranged attacks but do have Electro Leech Staves, which are a 2 attack, 3+ to hit, strength 6, -1 AP, and damage 2 weapon with a devastating wound special rule. This can really boost up the amount of damage that they can do, and even though their Electro Infusion special rule means when a character joins them, they actually become -1 to wound, I think they're still a really good unit to have despite not having a character in them. Damage 2, devastating wounds on top of that is a really nice combo. Now, they also have the Feel No Pain 5+, which is good because they've got a 5-up invulnerable as well, save 7+, so they're not really going to get a save outside of that invulnerable. And moving on, we then have a unit of Sidonian Dragoons with Taser Lancers. This is another unit that's really going to benefit from all the buffs we can get of wanting to get a unit in combat. Their Taser Lancers are anti-walker lance weapons with sustained hits 2, and they put out 4 attacks at standard, 4+ to hit, strength 7, -2 AP, and damage 2. The dynamic efficiency rule means this unit's eligible to declare a charge even if they advanced or fell back, and you can reroll Desperate Escape tests taken for models in this unit as well. While Broad Spectrum Data Tether allows you to essentially recycle CP spent on this unit. They do have a little bit of shooting as well with their Ignores, Cover, Phosphor, Serpentis as well, which are a nice strength 5, AP -1, damage 2 weapon. And lastly, we have the Scorpius Dune Rider. This is a transport that can transport up to 12 different models for your Adeptus Mechanicus. It has a decent shooting profile with its Cognus Heavy Stubber array being 9 attacks base with Rapid Fire 9, Sustained Hits 1 and Twin Linked. While they are only Strength 4, no AP and Damage 1, it's a decent amount of shots. Broad Spectrum Data Tether, like the Sidonian Dragoons, can refund CP used on this model, and fire support means in your shooting phase after this model is shot, you can select an enemy unit scored any hits on it by this unit, and until the end of phase, each time a friendly model that disembarks from this transport makes an attack that targets an enemy unit, you'll reroll the wound roll. It's going to be pretty cool considering we do have some ways to get some charges out of this particular vehicle with some of the enhancements and stratagems we have access to in the detachment. And so today we are obviously playing with the Adeptus Mechanicus using the Haloscreed Battle Clade. Now we get the new Spheric Transference rule where in your command phase you can select one or more units from your army, including units that are embarked in transports, and the maximum number of this units you can select is based on the battle size. So 1 for this first 1,000 points will increase to 2 and then 3 depending on how big your games go. Until your next command phase, those units get the Holo Override keyword, and then you select one of the override abilities below, and until the start of your next command phase, units from your army with the Halo Override keyword have the selected override abilities. So this could either be +2 to your movement, +1 to toughness, eligible to declare a charge in a turn in which they advance, or to gain stealth. A bunch of really cool abilities to help combat units get into combat better. And so, on to characters, and the first of these is our Cybernetica Datasmith. Now, he has an enhancement called Transoracular Diode Wafers. It's pretty cool because when this model joins units of Castellan robots, not only do you get the Doctrina Imperatives ability for the standard Adeptus Mechanicus, which you normally don't get, but you also get the Halo Override keyword, meaning whenever you enact one of your new Spheric Transference abilities, you actually get that on this unit as well. Now, our other character is our Skitarii Marshal, who'll be our Warlord. This model's got Cognitive Reinforcement, which actually allows you to have both the Conqueror Imperative and Protector Imperative active on the bearer's unit. For battle line, we have our unit of Skitarii Rangers. We've got all the different special weapons in there with the Arc Rifle, Plasma Caliber, and Transuranic Arbocrest, along with an Omnispecs to give the unit Ignores cover. We then also have our Skitarii Ranger Alpha with Alpha Combat Weapon and Mechanicus Pistol. Onto our other inventory, we have a unit of 10 Corpuscari Electro Priests and a unit of 10 Fulgurite Electro Priests. For vehicles, we have a unit of 2 Castellan robots with twin Castellan fists and Incendine combustors, and a unit of 3 Sidonian Dragoons with Taser Lancers. Lastly, for dedicated transports, we have a Scorpius Dune Rider, probably taking one of our Electro Priest units into the fray. We hope that you found this video helpful in getting you started with Warhammer 40,000, and that it was able to give you some ideas and inspiration to start your own force in the game. If you have any further questions, please comment down below, and while you're there, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and join our Discord server to check out all of our future Warhammer 40,000 content.